Megan Thee Stallion debacle. Coach Tay. It's a broadcast.
I don't really understand what the debacle is, I guess. People break up all the time. People get cheated on. I just don't understand why it's such a big deal. I know people were vested in them, but like, haha, joke's on you. But no, I don't. Listen, it's not fun to watch people be in pain or whatever is happening with them, but that's what happens when you're famous. I guess your business is just out there, but I don't really see. I know that cheating is a deal breaker for some women. Well, excuse me. Cheating may be a deal breaker for women, but for her, clearly it is. But for me, it's not. And I just don't think that if you see a future with somebody forever, you gotta compromise.
Talk, nah, Nate. We need Tay. We need you to talk, man. What you saying?
You have to. Like, I just don't think it's a deal breaker. I don't think it should be, but that's hers. So, but it's not mine.
Okay, Callie.
I didn't even know they were a thing until everybody was talking about how they broke up. Hey, he cheated, you gone? All right, bet. But I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And just like, he got cheated on, she left.
That's it?
I'm not that invested.
This is uneventful. No, not yet to me. I got your take queued up.
I know, but I do got some more stuff to say about that too.
All right, well,
because I couldn't say, I had to keep it under 3 minutes.
What you think, Becca? I could have skipped this segment. Good gracious.
She lived a double life, is what it sounded like, where she talks about a lot of things. And I know people talk about separating entertainment from a person, but the reality is you put yourself out there to look a certain way. You presented and tried to encourage other women to present a certain way. Yes, you used your music, but we talked about even being on a presidential stage. And then you got into a relationship, you put everything out about your relationship. Oh, yes and that. Every time somebody interviews you, you wanted to talk about it. But the reality is you didn't really check yourself and understand, I'm doing these things and I still expect that I'm going to get the world because of my status, because of who I am, and because I've created all this environment for women that want to be like me and all this stuff. But for me, you can't cry about the outcome of a situation because Clay is who he is. I don't know if he cheated or not. That hasn't been confirmed. Nothing has been said by him. But she always like, I'm that girl, I'm that. But you also sold yourself. You sold yourself through your music. You sold yourself to all these men. So you can't expect somebody, and I hate to say it, but the truth is you can't expect somebody to take you serious and want to wife you and everything, regardless of everything that came with the relationship, the good. You presented yourself a certain way, and men do hold women who are like that. They slot them, I always say.
Her reputation precedes her, so for her to be expected to be taken serious is unrealistic, especially of a man that women would consider high value with a lot of access.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Aaliyah, what you think, bro?
I agree with the women. I think Megan, she thought Clay was going to be something different. Everybody thought, well, the women thought Clay was going to be something different for Megan, and it just turns out he wasn't. He was just like everybody else. So to glorify this relationship as if, oh, he saved her from the streets and everything in that nature, it's just like, they shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have glorified her relationship, being as though she has been in numerous public relationships and they haven't gone well. I just think that she didn't think this one through. I don't think she ever thinks anything through. And that's like something she has to go through. She just keep making the same decisions with these men, the same type of man. She just keep making the same decisions over and over again, keep putting these relationships out on the forefront. And then it turns out she looks crazy in the end every single time. I don't know when she's going to learn her lesson, but hopefully this time she takes a break from men, try to get herself together, get her mind right, and then maybe a man will come. I don't know, but you gotta allow.
Okay. Mary, what's popping?
Okay, there we go. What's up?
What's the word, man? So we talking pretty quickly about the Megan Thee Stallion thing. We've been talking about it for 2 days in roundabout ways, direct ways, but also roundabout, right? It's been a catalyst for a lot of different types of conversations, but we didn't have a lot of women on the panel for the last 2 days. So I want to get the women's take. What's yours?
When I jumped in, Tay mentioned cheating is not a deal breaker. It depends. There's a lot of stipulations around why it becomes a deal breaker. I don't think sleeping with somebody else should be a deal breaker if it's like one time, whatever. But also as well, everything is so much in the forefront and everything is done so publicly I feel like she would have ate it if it didn't happen publicly. If it wasn't on, allegedly, on the girl's close friends where like, a lot of people would see it and people were coming to her, telling her, I think she would have ate that shit for real. But also, I think there was an expectation there from her due to his race that she just assumed that it was going to be different.
His race? His dad black.
You know, yeah, his dad black, but he got a white family and all that. And she's talked about that. And she has said certain things or made certain comments in regards to having a white family. So I think her expectation was a little bit different.
Now, from what I gather, she's the one that posted it, right? She was saying
it was posted in somebody's close friends first. So it was posted in the girl that allegedly, the girl that he slept with, it was posted all through her close friends.
That's never been confirmed. That's just people assumptions. Only Megan posted him cheating, but she also ended it with he don't want to be monogamous. So did he cheat or did he just tell you that he don't want to be monogamous anymore?
Right. So all of it is alleged because none of us were there. But I know when he responded, he basically was saying like, he cheated first. Here we are.
he
He
responded.
didn't respond.
There was a clip that said that he
That's
crashed.
girl. That's not real.
Oh, I'm about to say. But so just in general with that, I just think there was a whole lot of different expectations. I'm not in a tax bracket. I think the fact that they both got money, like and they stay together, like a type of thing. But I just think she embarrassed herself more than she should have. I feel like she caused a lot of that hurt and that pain that she picked up from it and everybody else's backlash and all that. But people do things impulsively as well when they're in their emotions. Okay. So I'm more money than me. I don't give a fuck.
Damn. Go ahead, Tamia. What's popping?
I just said I had read her statement, and at the end she said monogamous. He wanted to be monogamous, and I was wondering, did he actually cheat or did he just tell her that he wanna be monogamous? And two, I agree with the other women. Like, you created this image for yourself, you created this reputation for yourself, and I'm not saying she don't deserve to be loved, but I think that she needs to do some healing and stop moving on so fast. I think she victimizes herself a lot. Every time you turn around, it's something, and she's always the victim. She never take accountability on the role she played in these failed relationships, right? I think because Party made a song, the guy she was with before, stating that she cheated as well. And also, I don't know too much about her, but since I made that video, I've learned about her. They was saying how she cheated with her boyfriend, all type of stuff. So it's just like, how do you expect all of this? How do you expect a good man when you're not a good woman? And then I just land there.
Okay. So you think that she's not a good woman?
I think a lot of people talk about the way that she looks, right? And I think that's what all women think. That's all they have to do is be beautiful. And then on top of her being beautiful, she has financial stability. But I think her character matters. In a relationship, you need to bring much more than that to the table for a successful relationship with a man of value. So I think it could be her character. Like I said, she victimized herself a lot. So I never see her taking accountability.
Okay. Now, it sounds like you were speaking. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't know about her other relationships, but people saying that you saying that she cheated before and everything like that. I'd be like, hey, karma's a bitch, and you don't want to meet her. It ain't gonna come out. It might not come back around to you in the same exact way, but it's gonna come back around,
right,
all the time.
So would you say? So now, to me, you were talking about Meg, or were you speaking generally regarding women? You were speaking on Meg is unaccountable.
No, I was speaking on Meg. I was saying that a lot of people talk about her body and the way that she looks and how successful she is. And they don't know what her character is like in a relationship.
I got you. Let me play this. I want to know what y'all think about what Tamia said. They got 23,000 likes.
Megan and Stallion breakup obviously have the ladies in an uproar right now. All the delusional bitches in the chat, all the bitter bitches in the chat. Oh, every nigga is... Wow. No, it's no hope for you hoes. Wow. And every time a breakup happens, the finger is always pointed directly at the man. I keep telling y'all, ladies, when y'all start living in what reality actually is versus what you want it to be, y'all will be better off and y'all will stop getting y'all heart broke. Megan Thee Stallion, and I think she's a beautiful woman, but her reputation is bad. Name a bitch in the industry that has been ran through, that has been wifed, and is living happily ever after. And even if you're able to name a few of them, we're talking about the majority, not the minority. A few may have slipped through the cracks. Ladies, whether y'all want to accept it or not, your body count matters. You devalue yourself when you're out here sleeping with multiple different men. Real men, your husband is going to care about your body count if he's a real man. So be mindful of the dicks you doing out here. She's been with multiple different men that is also in the industry as well, whether they rap, sing, play sports, whatever. She's been through multiple different men and been public with every single last one of them. Y'all couldn't possibly think that relationship was going to last. And even if it did last as long as it lasts, ladies, y'all have to understand that if you are already out there, you're just another experience for somebody else. It's just your turn, boo. And with her being with multiple different men, why don't y'all ever take accountability, right? Why don't y'all ever think, well, maybe it's her? Why that's not never an option? Women never want to be accountable. Y'all know is what y'all see on the internet, what she show. Y'all don't know how that lady character is when she's in a relationship. Y'all be so quick to judge people based on what they let y'all know. And this is why I don't make this type of content. I normally don't speak on it, other people's personal business, because I don't know. But what I do know is the facts of what she's shown up. And from what I can see, what I do know is she can't keep a man. So before y'all get to dragging that man through the dirt, and I'm not saying he's innocent, but we don't know the circumstances around their relationship or what happened in their relationship. I have yet to see a woman hold her accountable and not be biased. Ladies, it's not always the man. Free game. Megan Thee Stallion breakup obviously have the ladies in an uproar right now. They chewed me up in them comments, the ladies.
What y'all think about what
But
she
just
said?
like you said, I'm sorry, what you saying?
No, I was asking what y'all think.
Oh, that's true. That's why I didn't say anything about Clay, because I'm like, she's the one putting out everything. You don't hear him saying a lot about her, or you don't hear him saying anything now at all. But she bragged about the relationship. She bragged about her reputation, about who she is before the relationship. So she never looked in the mirror, and she wants the sympathy of everybody else, and people are giving it to her, but no, she doesn't deserve that, because breakups happen. You've put, again, said all the relationships that you have been on Front Street, all the relationships. And even the ones that you didn't want public, they became public anyway. So you said how many dicks you had out there.
Yeah. And just imagine the ones that's not out there. That was
Right.
before them. So I don't sympathize.
Many relationships she done had.
Girl, I think they got 10 of them, 8 to
I
10
think she had
publicly.
one, but she
She only been out for like 6 years, right?
Every year, it's something new.
Double up.
Every year,
He doubled
the
up.
man is always leaving her, and the story is he cheated every time.
But no, it was well said. I think that was well said. Everything you said. I know we've spoken about accountability here multiple times, but we just don't see it. And this is a prime example. It's like Meg is all of us. Meg is Black women. Meg is us out here making these dumb decisions over. Like that was the first thought. She's all of us. That's why everybody was like, oh my God, no. That's why we so bent out of shape. I'm looking at my social media. That's all they're talking about. Why we care about who together and who not? It was just on Jay-Z and Beyonce and Lemonade and his album. Now it's Clay and Meg. You gotta have somebody to fixate on. Look at your own relationship. But yeah, it starts with us. We have to do work, internal work, not just seeking love outside of ourselves. And that's clear here. That's very clear. That's what's happening here.
Anybody else?
Hey, it ain't nothing else to say. You got that many relationships, whatever, like that, and it ended, and the guy was always the cheater. Then I'd have to tell her the same thing that I would tell the man: you the common denominator.
And I'm just gonna go back to what I was saying earlier. It's just all about healing. You gotta heal yourself before you even get it with somebody else. And I think that the exhibits of Megan being in multiple relationships back to back, it definitely shows that you jump into relationships thinking that these relationships are supposed to heal you, and it's actually making you look like a fool because none of them are. And I'm not saying every relationship should be successful, but damn, give yourself some time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself time to understand who you are, because when you try to figure out who you are while you are in a relationship, it's going to end in disaster. And that's what happened with this relationship.
I can say, yeah, if I want to be an asshole, I can say that she was slotted incorrectly. Because if she a hoe and she a thought and her business is out there like that, like y'all saying or whatever, and he went on ahead and cuffed her anyway, you slotted inappropriately.
But
I don't
that's
think
not,
he
that's a
slotted
part of it. I was
inappropriately.
just gonna say, I think men get in relationships. I think that's first of all, her status and stuff. Men know what they have to do to be able to experience her, right? They know they have to put on this role. So men that want to experience Megan Thee Stallion, they're going to play a role. That's me personally. I think that's just the game men play. But it's up to the women to not ignore those red flags.
Also, too, you got to think.
Liars.
That man said he spent $4 million on her, so it was obviously something there that he's seen that he wanted to invest in.
$4 million ain't nothing to somebody that got it. It's a
You
lot
don't
to us.
care. You don't spend no money on no jump off. What are we talking about?
Man, they don't care. That's something to us. It sounds like a lot, but if he got it, they don't care.
Hey,
I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm saying that's what you do in relationships, period. You invest, right? But what I'm saying is at the same time, you got to be willing to understand what you're getting at the end of the day. If she was sloppy seconds, or if she was one of those women who was passed around, tossed around, he'd see the tabloids just like everybody else. You decided to sign up for that. So at the end of the day, you invested in something that you thought would be a worth the investment. And sometimes men don't go into it thinking that it's going to be an issue or a problem because she's been passed around. Some niggas just want the exposure anyway. Some niggas just want the exposure. He got a whole lot of exposure when he got with her.
Nah, that don't, no. Play the exposure to women.
To me, Akira, some doesn't apply here. It has no substance. Okay. You said some men want to do this and some men want to do that. Come on, man. Duh. Majority of men or minority of men go through these things that you're saying.
The majority.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
But I think even with that, even he probably did have intent on taking Meg serious. But like I said in my video, you don't know what her character was like. He probably was willing to look past the bodies and the multiple relationships. He was probably willing to look past that. But it could be several different reasons why he wanted to not be monogamous, no longer be monogamous with her. So even if we throw out the bodies don't matter. How is she as a woman? And not just what she show us, because of course she's gonna put out all the good she does. Oh, I cooked for his family. I did this and I did that. Okay, but how's you in a household with that man?
Different conversation because everybody is hitching it on her being jump off and she a pass around. So everybody's hitching the stuff on that, but nobody's talking about how she may have been in the actual relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like she could have changed because she wanted it to work. But that's the problem. You wanted it to work, so you change yourself into somebody that you weren't. When you step outside of not being yourself, it's not going to work. So that's probably...
So do you think she changed?
Wait, what did she change?
Moving on, right? Because she never healed from the relationship.
Guys, let me ask you guys a question. What is she healing from? Why we keep saying that?
Breakup.
That's what I'm saying. She been back-to-back breakups. I don't know what she said. She need the process.
Think about this. What way though? She wasn't in relationships, and if it's true what Party says, she was cheating. What is she healing from?
She's not healing from
She need to stop victimizing herself.
I'm just like,
well, no, I mean, even if
Callie says she's the common denominator, why is she the one that need healing?
you gotta figure out
become mentally. I feel like she's mentally unstable. Like she victimized herself a whole lot. Like
unstable is insane.
She is probably like you gotta be mentally unstable. Like you have to.
Healing is the wrong word or whatever, but you do need to reflect on what was your part that you played in the breakup. You know what I'm saying? Before you go on ahead and move on. I guess maybe that's what's referred to as healing or whatever. Like if we're the one that was done wrong, then I can understand you healing, yourself from that. But also in any kind of breakup, two people play a part in that, regardless of the fact.
Okay.
Maybe that's what these chicks is
Guys,
referencing.
guys, over here. When has this happened before that she had some type of public breakdown or breakup regarding the men that she was sleeping with?
Every
Blueface.
last
Money
one
bag,
of
yo.
them.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? And maybe I don't know. But when I was looking at this stuff, did she make an Instagram post when she separated from Moneybag Yo and Partisan?
Yes,
What
every
is she?
man that she broke up with, every man that I know her to publicly be with, I've seen posts on the Shade Room that she's made. I can't remember the words, but she has always about it publicly. All of her breakups, and that's why I said she
I don't
victimized
think
herself a
so.
lot.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like I think
She do.
I think the publicized thing is a thing we want. Now, if you guys can find it for me, I'll happily concede. Right?
Okay, I'll find it. I'm gonna send it to
Remember,
you.
if she cheated on Partisan, now I remember them being together. I remember she was fraternizing with Moneybag Yo, but interestingly enough, I seen them at somewhere fun together, like a lounge or a club or on a yacht. You know, these people frequent places. She didn't complain when I saw this. Blueface said she came home, she went over there and gave him head. She's making conscious decisions. She's not like, damn, this nigga broke my heart. Nah, I broke his.
Right, she's never accountable.
But what I'm saying is, but I know, but take this walk with me. Yeah, we keep saying healing. Nah, she being who she is. This her
Well,
modus
I think
she need to stop
I
being
think
who
she
she
makes
is because it ain't
decisions
working
based
for
on
her.
more personal things. I think she's the way she is due to more personal things that she's dealing with. Like, I think that's what maybe people are referencing as to what she needs to heal from, like her personal traumas, her demons, that causes her to make these same type of decisions with these same type of men. Like, it's not just for no reason, I don't think.
I think it's also because she's trying to fill a void. And reading a lot of comments about her being fully healed from when she lost her mother, and I think that could also be an issue.
Yeah. No, I didn't mention healing. But I did say she needed time in between her relationships because it was clearly not working. But yeah, I don't think it's about the healing because I do think she is making conscious decisions. So again, Meg is all of us. Meg is Black women. She's regular, degular, just like all of us. And I think that's more clear now than ever because we see it. It's in our face in real time and it's happening. And these are the decisions that most Black women are making also. So it's not just her because she's famous or she's who she is or she's pretty or her body's like that. None of that matters at the end of the day. You know, she's got to change if we want to see better results at the end of the day when it comes to these men and what we consider to be high caliber. Have to deserve that.
So she's nothing wrong with herself. I know, like, we're saying she needs to do this and she needs to do that. Like, also as Black women are the problem because we support her shenanigans. Tamia said it, or that's how you say your name, right, Tamia?
Yeah.
Tamia said it. She's like, the woman chewed her up in her video. Like, the problem. And so if we're the problem, Meg is the problem. So regardless of like else what we think she needs to, she don't see herself as a problem because all we do is support her and say, and even if it's not me, we support her and we say, she gonna bounce right back. She gonna be fine. She
Girl,
got
move on. It's a hot girl summer.
And that's Black women. That's
It's a hot girl.
Yeah,
That's so
that.
stupid.
So we need to draw back from supporting her in any way.
But why do you think they support her the way, like, why do you think we support her the way that we do? It's because, like Tay said, she's us. So they see themselves as Megan. So they was a weird parasocial relationship between her and all these women and her dating this man. They seen themselves as Megan in this relationship being saved from the streets. And you're getting a man and you're going to be different. They idolized it. They glorified it the same way she did. So they're going to defend it because that they really see.
Yeah, we also have a problem with being accountable for traumas. So that's why we see, and I agree, that's why we see ourselves in Megan. Because we're like, if she could do it, we could do it. And no, we can't. Because we're not looking at ourselves and saying, okay, I have daughters. Do we want our daughters to be doing this type of stuff? We don't say that. We just be like, yeah, she got her own, she doing this, she look good, she like, men don't care about that.